Okay, so I hope that I am audible.
Yes, sir, you are watching.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, sorry for the technical glitch. Let us now begin with our program formally. So, a very good afternoon to all the teaching faculty members and students of schools and colleges in and around Nagpur. I am Dr. Devrat Begde, and on behalf of Dr. Ambedkar College, Diksha Bhumi, Nagpur, I welcome you all for this Impact Lecture Series, Session 2.
You are not audible.
Yes. So this is a part of the capacity building program which has been jointly organized by Institutional Innovation Council and the Technology Incubation Center of our college and IIC Ministry of Education, Government of India. Today we bring in to you the second edition of this lecture series. As our tradition goes, we would be marking the beginning of this program by seeking the blessings from the two pillars of humanity, Lord Tathagat Gautam Buddha and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, based on whose teachings the very foundation of our college resides. So to begin with, I would request our principal madam, Professor Dr. P.A. Mehere, to give her welcome address.
Thank you,
Madam,
Devrat.
over to you.
Very good afternoon to one and all. At the outset, I, Dr. B.A. Mehere, Principal of Dr. Ambedkar College, welcomes you all for today's second lecture series for Institutional Innovation Council of Dr. Ambedkar College, which is sponsored by Ministry of Education, Government of India. This is the second series session of Impact Lecture. I welcome today's guest, Priti Chattani Madam. She is CEO and founder, Sri Datta Law Consultation, and will speak on IPR and innovation. So, Priti Madam, welcome. I also welcome another guest speaker, Mithilesh Wazalwar. He is the CEO and founder, Corridor 7 Coffee Roasters, and will highlight on innovation in business for brand building. So, I once again welcome you all for the second session of Impact Lecture Series. And I welcome the coordinator of the program, Dr. Devrat Begde, all my worthy colleagues for today's session. And this lecture series, I know that we did the session 1, and I am very much proud to announce this today that Dr. Ambedkar College, Nagpur is the only non-technical higher education institute in central India to receive this honor of organizing such impact lecture series, which is sponsored by Ministry of Education, Government of India. We are also in a forefront to mentor some highly renowned schools in our local vicinity to take up this initiative of nurturing students' ideas so as to create an innovation and startup ecosystem and environment. So today I welcome you all the staff members for these programs and the school children. So thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for those inspiring words. So let me now give you a quick overview of today's session. The concept of this Impact Lecture Series is to channelize the thought that self-employment opportunities can be created anytime, provided you have a scalable idea, which is perfect market fit. This is the very intention behind holding this lecture series, wherein we are inviting external experts who are successful innovators, patent experts, entrepreneurs from innovation and startup ecosystem at state and regional or national level. Their experience and life journeys could be taken as the source of inspiration and learning by all the budding innovators and entrepreneurs. Today, we have with us two such eminent speakers from the fields of intellectual property and self-made entrepreneur. I would now request Ms. Harsha Patre Madam to formally introduce to us with our first speaker, Ms. Priti Chattani Madam.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I, Anusha Patre, Assistant Professor from Department of Law, Dr. Ambedkar College, Nagpur. take immense pleasure to introduce the guest speaker of today's session, Ms. Preeti Chotani. Ms. Preeti Chotani is the founder and CEO of Sri Datta Law Consultancy, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. She is also the president of Gujarat State IP Council, Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. She is also a registered Indian patent agent and a patent facilitator under DPIIT Government of India. Ms. Chotani is a startup mentor under Startup India, Government of India. She is also appointed in the institution's Innovation Council as an expert and has mentored Local Startups Meet 2021 at IIT Kharagpur, B-Incube Incubation Program for Cohort 2022 Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh. She is also an external faculty as well as an examiner for paper designing at Gujarat Technological University, Ahmedabad. She has been selected for Young Entrepreneur Award for Indian Achievers Award 2021-22 and has also been shortlisted by Women Entrepreneur magazine for top 10 best women in IP copyright and trademark in India 2022. She has also received International Research Award 2019 by Sri Lohana Mahaparishad and also GIC I2I Award by Gujarat Technical University, Ahmedabad. Ms. Chotani has delivered expert talks on various topics like mind-to-mind, basics of IPR, patent drafting, sensitization on IPR, innovate to impact are just to name few of them. Ma'am has immense contribution in intellectual property services, and it is worth to mention that she has filed more than 80 patents, 15 designs, and good number of copyright and trademark applications. We are pleased to have you, ma'am. Without any further ado, I now request you to commence your session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. First of all, good afternoon to one and all, and thank you so much, the Bhumi Mere ma'am, Dr. Deva Vatrat ma'am, and the Anusa ma'am for providing me this opportunity to deliver this talk to the very enthusiastic young innovators of the Dr. Ambedkar College and the school. So without wasting a time, I'm starting with the session. Just a minute, I'm sharing my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, madam, it is.
Yeah. So as ma'am has told that today's topic is related to the IP and the innovation. So, and in that we will learn about the basics about the intellectual property rights and how we'll do the different intellectual property rights search. So IP means intellectual property, and in the innovation, if you have come up with any of the innovation or any of the creativity, and from that you can get revenue or the money out of that, so that is more or less related to the intellectual property and the intellectual property rights. So it's just a formal disclaimer that this presentation is just for education purpose only. We are not infringing anybody's intellectual property. Then this is the flow of presentation, basics about the intellectual property and the property rights, types of the IPRs, intellectual property rights, and that more details about the 4 main IPR types of the IPR, that is copyright, trademark, industrial designs, and the patent. And after that, we will learn how we can search about the different types of the IPRs. And in the last, there is a question and answer. What is the intellectual property? If we are dividing these two words, it's
Madam,
intellectual
sorry to
and
interrupt
property,
you.
right? So property, yes.
But it is showing that your network bandwidth is a bit low. So if you can turn off your video, then perhaps it would be good.
Yeah, sure.
Because otherwise your voice is breaking.
Okay. So now voice is okay?
Yes, this is fine now.
Okay. So as we are separating these two words, intellectual property, so it's intellectual and the property, right? So property, once this word is come in our mind, so it shows that property means some kind of the things which is means our own things, which we can say as a property. So now intellectual property. So intellectual means it comes from our mind or intellect. So the property which comes from our mind and from that we can generate some revenue or some money, or we can come into the market by the way of that type of the property. So that is the intellectual property. So by this way we can by innovate to impact, intellectual property is needed. From mind to market, intellectual property is needed, and from research to generate the revenue, intellectual property having a very. So generally the two types of the properties are there. One is the tangible property, another is the intangible property. Now tangible property means that is in the physical form, which you can touch or feel, like a jewelry, land, automobile, any of the furniture which you all have, right? So if you are touching those things which is the property of yours, so those all the type of the categories are comes under the tangible property. While in the intangible property means the creation of the mind. You cannot touch or feel those type of the property, but they comes from your mind. And example of that intangible properties are ideas and the creations. So this type of the intangible properties which are come from our mind, and they are the creations of the human intellect or the human mind, those all the type of the properties are known as intellectual property. Is this clear about the IP?
Yes, ma'am. It's clear. One more request, madam, just the last one.
Yes.
In case it is possible for you, you can mix Hindi and English, because we have wide audience coming from schools as well. So
Okay.
it would be better to
Okay.
reach out to everyone then.
Okay, sure. सो जनरली इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी क्या है, जो मैं थोड़ा ब्रीफ कर देती हूँ हिंदी में भी. तो जो हमारे दिमाग से कोई भी आइडिया आता है, या तो कोई क्रिएटिविटी है, या तो किसी ने कुछ पोएम लिखा, या कुछ बुक लिखी, या तो कुछ आर्टिस्टिक वर्क किया, कुछ नया पेंटिंग किया, या नया कुछ बनाया जिसमें डिजाइन न्यू है. तो वो सारी जो भी थिंग्स है जो हमारे माइंड से आता है, वो सारे इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी बोला जाता है. और अगर वो इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी को हम अच्छी तरीके से प्रोटेक्ट करें, तो उसमें से हम रेवेन्यू या तो मनी जनरेट कर सकते हैं. जैसे हमारी लैंड रहती है, ज्वेलरी है, तो वो सभी हम क्या करते हैं, वी आर स्पेंडिंग मनी, और आफ्टर दैट वो जो प्रॉपर्टी वो हमारे नाम पे होता है. उसके बाद ही आप बोल सकते हो कि ये घर मेरा है, ये ज्वेलरी मेरी है, राइट. सो इसके लिए भी अगर आप इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी में भी अगर आप कुछ भी मतलब एक बार उसके राइट्स ले लो, लीगल पेपर पे आ जाए, उसके बाद आप उसका यूज कर सकते हैं रेवेन्यू जनरेशन में. So now coming to the intellectual property rights, now the concept of intellectual property is clear to all, right? So now how we can protect this intellectual property, हम कैसे ये intellectual property को protect कर सकते हैं, और कैसे उसमें से money generate या तो revenue generate कर सकते हैं. So intellectual property rights provide हमारे intellectual property the person or the creation of their mind, and they are the exclusive right given for the certain specific period of time. So जो land रहेगा हमारे पास, हमारा जो घर है वो टाइम तक हमारे साथ रहे, लेकिन जो प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स दी जाते हैं, that is given for the specific period of time. Since like patent is a different time period, for the trademark is a different time period, and it's given to the person over the creation of the mind. And these rights are the exclusive rights, means you can stop others from using those rights. आपके पास एक कोई प्रोडक्ट है जिसके लिए आपने पेटेंट या डिजाइन किया है, ना आपके पास वो राइट्स आ गए, अभी आपका एक्सक्लूसिव राइट्स है, ये जो आईपीआर है वो, मतलब वो स्टॉप करेंगे अदर को. मतलब ए पर्सन है जिसके पास ये राइट्स है, तो ये ए पर्सन स्टॉप करेगा अदर्स बी टू जेड लोगों को कि आप ये राइट, ये आपकी प्रोडक्ट नहीं सकते, ना तो मैन्युफैक्चर कर सकते, ना तो उसको सेल कर सकते, ना यूज कर सकते हैं. तो ये टाइप जो राइट है वो ऐसे है कि जो उसको को स्टॉप करते हैं बाय यूजिंग योर प्रोडक्ट. So in general terminology we can say, so IP is in the secured by way of the intellectual property. अगर आप कोई लिखा और लिखी, लेकिन आप उसके लिए कॉपीराइट या तो कोई भी आईपी प्रोटेक्शन नहीं ले रहे, कोई भी पर्सन उसका उस सॉन्ग्स का वो पोएम का करेगा और टेक एनी लीगल एक्शन towards that person, right? So if you want to secure your IP, your thoughts, your creativity, so that can be secured here only. So these are the different types of the IPR. Total 8 types are there. One is most widely used are the first four IPRs: patents, designs, trademark, and the copyright. And other than that, the trade secrets, geographical indications, semiconductor integrated layout, and the breeder. So these four patents, industrial designs, copyright, and trademark that we will learn in detail on upcoming slides. Now, what is the trademark? So trade secret. So trade secret is Coca-Cola. So no one knows about the formulation and the process how this Coca-Cola will be made. So that is not known, and so they are keeping those things as a secret, and the trade secret. Geographic indication means it's related to particular geography of the region, like the famous for
Yes, madam. Perhaps there is some problem of network on your side. You actually dropped out.
Okay. Okay. Just a minute, I will change my network.
Yeah.
The screen is visible, sir?
No, madam. It is yet to come.
Okay. Once come, please let me know.
You can try to share your screen again because it's not coming up.
Okay.
Yes,
Now it is
there.
there?
Yes.
Okay. And from where that my network was gone? The types of IPR is already.
Yes, you were
there?
at the types of IPR. Right?
Okay. So in the types of IPR, total 8 types are there. From that, the first 4 are most widely used IPRs. Then that we will learn in detail in the upcoming slides. Now the trade secret that is related, the base example for the trade secret is the Coca-Cola. So जो भी Coca-Cola में क्या-क्या use होता है, कौन सी process से वो लोग बनाते हैं, वो कहीं पे भी known नहीं है. उन्होंने वो things जो है वो protect किए हैं trade secret से. जो एक पूरी प्रोसेस रहता है ट्रेड सीक्रेट का कि एक बैंक रहता है अलग अलग कंट्रीज में, वहां पे जो भी कंपनी है कोका-कोला की, only 1 or 2% will know about these secrets, right? So this Coca-Cola's formulation as well as the process for the preparation is protected by the way of the trade secrets. Then the geographical indications. So as name suggests, it's geographical, means related to some region specific rights are there. So all we know that the Kesar mango is famous from the Gir region. Then the tea of the Darjeeling is famous for the Darjeeling. Tea is famous for the Darjeeling region. And in the Nagpur, the oranges are famous from the Nagpur, right? So that particular region will be there. In that particular climate condition will be there, and based on that, that particular best quality product will obtain. So for that, that geographical indication is applied. Then the semiconductor integrated circuit layout design. So more the circuits or the chips which are having a different type of the designs which is all not known, that can be protected by way of the semiconductor integrated circuit layout designs. Then plant varieties and the breeders' rights. So if someone is come up with any new plant varieties, or they are merging 2 plants and come up with a new type of the varieties, so all those things can be protected by the way of the plant varieties. Is this clear? This is the basic about the different types of the IPR.
Yes, madam.
Okay. So this is just a pictorial presentation for these main 4 types of the IPR: patent, designs, copyright, and the trademark. So patent, that is mainly related to the scientific inventions or the invention which resolve the problem of the society. So that can be protected by the way of the patent. Either it's a process or product or any other things which are new, that is not known. Then the designs means the article is already there or some product is already there, but you are come up with some new design of that. So that can be protected by way of the designs or the industrial design. Then the copyright, any literary work, any poem, any book chapter or the book, any songs, then any dramatical performance will be there, and visual performance, artistic work, that all things can be protected by the way of the copyright. And the logo, word, sign are protected by the way of the trademark. So in general बोलने जाए, अभी आप कहीं मतलब मॉर्निंग से जब से आप उठते हो तब से मॉर्निंग टू नाइट आप कहीं पे भी देखोगे आपके सराउंडिंग आईपी आपको दिखेगा ही. आप कोई भी प्रोडक्ट ले रहे हो, कोई कोल्ड ड्रिंक्स है, तो उस पे आप देखोगे तो दे आर राइटिंग आर और टीएम, मींस दे आर रिप्रेजेंटिंग द ट्रेडमार्क. सो जो भी ब्रांड वैल्यू है को हम बोलते हैं कि ये ब्रांडेड है, राइट. ये ब्रांडेड क्लोथ्स है, ये ब्रांडेड फुटवेयर है, ये ब्रांडेड फूड है. सो वो ब्रांड कहाँ से आता है? वो आता है ट्रेडमार्क से, कि वो जो पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट है उसको पर्टिकुलर नेम से ट्रेडमार्क अप्लाई किया हुआ है और बेस्ड ऑन दैट ब्रांड वैल्यू इज जनरेटेड. सिमिलरली डिजाइन है कि अगर कोई पहले जो पेन आता था वो सिंपल सा पेन आता था, वो 2 रुपीज वाला जो पेन आता है, दैट इज सिंपल वन, राइट. नाउ दिस इज अ वेरी having a different design, having this button, having this rings. Sorry, my video is off. So this is the pen, right? So if you can see, there is a multiple pen, different types of the pens are available. So now in this pen, you having this touch button, you having these rings over the below portion. The color is the different one than the other available pens. So if the pen is the same, they use for the writing purpose only. But if you have come up with some new design of that, so that can be protected by the way of the design. Then the copyrights that as I have said, that some of the poems and musical or the movies, then any of the songs, the lyrics of the songs, that all can be protected by the way of the copyrights. And the websites, those are also can be protected by the way of the copyrights and the patents. So if any new product is there that is comes in the first time, and that can be protected by the way of the patents. We will learn more about these patent related things. Then starting with the copyright, right? So it is all the IPR are the exclusive rights. So the copyright is also exclusive right given by a law for a certain term of the years to the author or the composer or his assignee to print, publish and sell the copy of his original work. And that is given the term, as I have मैंने पहले बोला था ना, that all the IPR are given for the certain specific period of time. तो copyright जो है वो 60 years तक रहेगा after the death of the author. तो suppose आज की कोई भी पर्सन ने अप्लाई किया है कॉपीराइट के लिए, तो जब तक वो लाइव है तब तक तो रहेगा, उसके बाद भी 60 इयर्स उसके राइट्स रहेंगे दैट ओरिजिनल वर्क के. ना उसमें क्या क्या प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं? लिटरली और ड्रामेटिक वर्क, म्यूजिकल वर्क, आर्टिस्टिक वर्क, सिनेमेटोग्राफिक फिल्म्स, कंप्यूटर जनरेटेड एनी वर्क, कोई एप्लीकेशंस है, कोई वेबसाइट्स है. सो ऑल दोस थिंग्स कैन बी प्रोटेक्टेड बाय द वे ऑफ द कॉपीराइट्स. So these are the few examples are there. These are the pictorial representation in that. This any of the musical instrument we have shown, so any of the music that can be protected by the copyright, any of the photograph or any new things, the movies are there that can be protected by way of the copyright, any books, poems that can be protected by the way of the copyright. Then this is the one photo of that website in that they have written that copyright under this 2020, so that website can be protected by way of that. Then the Twitter's things that also protected. So literally musical, artistic, any of the recording and the dramatic, all the things can be protected by the way of the copyright. Is this clear about the copyright?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Now coming to the branding or the trademark. Now, the trademark is the sign of distinguishing the goods and services produced or the sold by one enterprise from the another enterprise. So, वो क्या है? It's like a brand name or it's like a visiting card which promotes the image of the company and its the goods and the services, right? So, देखने जाए तो कोई multiple cold drinks are available है, multiple footwears are available, multiple clothes are available. Now, why we are picking some branded clothes only? Why we are picking only branded footwears and we are consuming the branded foods and the beverages, right? So उसमें क्या है कि they have applied for the trademark and they have created the brand. So वो brand से पता चलता है कि इसकी quality कैसी होगी, right? So for that, this type of the trademark IPR registration will be there. So the brand name is known as it is one kind of the visiting card to promote the image of the company as well as their goods and the services. Now this trademark is given for the 10 years. First, that is given for the 10 years and that can be renewable for the another 10 years. And that is, you can renew those things by the unlimited period of time. Now trademark having also different types of the trademarks are there. One is the trademark, then says service mark, collective marks, certification marks. So in the trademark means they are distinguishing the goods. कोई भी प्रोडक्ट है उसको अगर आपको डिस्टिंग्विश करना है और उसके लिए उसका लोगो का या नेम का कुछ आपको protect करना है, so you can protect by the way of the trademark. Then service marks means is distinguishing the services. Like my own law firm is related to the law consultancy, means is giving the service related to the IPR. So for that I have to apply into the service marks. Then the collective marks means these are related to the both product means the trademark as well as the service marks, and the certification marks. In that the different type of the certifications are there, ISO, ISI certification that can be protected by the way of the certification marks. Now whenever you are taking up कोई भी product आप हाथ में ले रहे हो तो first check जो branded product है कि they have written about the TM or TR. So now what it represents the TM? So TM is representing the unregistered trademark, means that person or that company has applied for that but yet not registered. And the R is representing the registered trademark, means the company or the person has applied as well as they have registered their trademark. So अब जब भी आप कोई प्रोडक्ट देखते हो तो चेक करना कि उसमें TM है कि R है, मतलब उन्होंने ट्रेडमार्क के लिए अप्लाई किया हुआ है या तो रजिस्टर हो गई है. Then these are the अब कई मतलब morning से I have told ना, morning to night you will see multiple times of the IPR over there, and the multiple in every things which you having सब जगह पे IP है और उसमें mostly trademark is most widely used. So let's for example this is the McDonald's trademark. They have written the R means it's the registered trademark. Now in the Starbucks they have written the TM means they have applied for the trademark and that will be they are waiting for the registration of that. So word mark means what? It's this like a words. Then device mark means it's a logo. This is also a device mark. So कोई भी logo है, so that is known as a device mark. Or if you are writing some word over that, then it is known as a word mark. Then in the Nike, that is also a brand name or the trademark. They have applied for that and that is registered. Then Adidas, that is also registered. LG having a word mark as well as the device mark. Logo will be there. Nestle. Then Cadbury, Coca-Cola, Nestle, Apple, Samsung. This is the certification mark, ISI. Then this is the logo of the Apple. Then collective marks mean this is applied for some of the universities, Cambridge University. The collective means they are product as well as the services, both they are providing. Then the product and the service marks, PepsiCo will be there. So in the each and every types of the product, if they have applied for the trademark, and if they have creating the brand, then they are showing this different logo with the R or the TM mark. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am. Very clear.
Yes. So now, now you have to search if you have a come up with some your startup or your company. So there is a first step is that you have to register your company, and after that you have to apply for the trademark for your company name or the logo of your company, right? So before applying for that, first you have to search whether the similar name or the similar logo is already registered or not. If that is already registered, so the trademark registry will not give you that trademark registration, right? So कुछ भी आप जब अपनी कंपनी लेके आ रहे हो या आप अपना प्रोडक्ट लेके आ रहे हो तो उसके लिए अगर आपको ट्रेडमार्क अप्लाई करना है तो उससे पहले आपको सर्च करना पड़ेगा, दैट इज नॉन एज द ट्रेडमार्क सर्च, कि वो एग्जैक्टली वो नेम और द लोगो अवेलेबल है कि नहीं है। सो उसके लिए इंडियन पेटेंट डेटाबेस है जिसको बोलते हैं इंडियन इनपास, इंडियन पेटेंट एडवांस सर्च सिस्टम। उस पे अगर आप सर्च करोगे तो ई गेटवेज इज देयर, इन दैट पब्लिक सर्च यू हैव टू सर्च ओवर देयर। सो अगर आप इसमें ई गेटवे में पब्लिक सर्च पे अप्लाई करेंगे, क्लिक करेंगे और उसमें ट्रेडमार्क पे क्लिक करेंगे तो इस टाइप का विंडो आपको दिखेगा। सो दिस इज यूज फॉर द ट्रेडमार्क सर्च। उसमें यहाँ वर्डमार्क के पास मीन्स इन द वर्डमार्क there is a 3 options are there. One is a start with, match with and the contains. means start with means आप कोई भी word डाल रहे हो तो वो word वहीं से start होगा तो वो result दिखाएगा। then contains means वो word कहीं पे भी होगा तो वो दिखाएगा। और थर्ड वन इज द मैच विथ, मीन्स एग्जैक्ट वर्ड अगर आपको मैच देख के करना है तो वो आप यहाँ पे जो भी आपका कीवर्ड है वो आप डाल सकते हो। सपोज पेप्सिको है तो आप पूरा वर्ड नहीं डालोगे, यू कैन ऐड द पेप्सी और द पेप, then you will get the results of the PepsiCo also, pep related that two wheeler also, you will get the results of the all the things in which the pep word will be there, right? So with that you have to write down the class number, because in the trademark, as I have told, there is a two separation is there. One is the product related things and another is the service related, so that both the things can be divided based on that category of the product, and that is known as the classification of that trademark. And first we have to select that class and we have to perform this search, and we have to know whether that particular name or the similar name is already registered or not. So ये जो classification that I will show you after completion of this presentation, कि कैसे कैसे वो प्रोडक्ट्स एंड सर्विसेज कैटेगराइज की गई है। Then coming to the industrial design. So in the industrial design, it is also an exclusive right which gives the rights for the features of the shape, configuration, pattern, or the ornament or the composition of the lines and the color or the combination thereof applied to any article, whether it's in the 2D or in the 3 dimensional or in the both the form. And that is that term of design is for the 10 years, and that can be again extended for the next 5 years. So total 15 years तक हमको डिजाइन के राइट्स मिलेंगे। वो न्यू होनी चाहिए, दैट डिजाइन मस्ट बी अ न्यू, ओरिजिनल एंड द इंडिविजुअल कैरेक्टर। सो दिस आर ऑल दैट मे बी एप्लीकेबल फॉर द वॉलपेपर्स, टेक्सटाइल, एनी फर्नीचर, टॉयज, कार्स, होम्स, कहीं पे भी इफ यू आर कम अप विद any new design, you can protect those design by the way of the industrial designs. So these are a few examples are there. You can see this is the stool that having a different structure compared to the जो हमारे घर में रहता है उससे ये थोड़ा different है. Then the lamp, then this bulb, then this is the different type of the spoon, then chair, kitli, then this bicycles, packs. This is also another type of the chair. This both having a different structure. So you can apply for the industrial design for this different structure of the chairs. Then the hair dryers. So any of the product in which if you are change something in their design and their look, then you can apply for the industrial design. Is this clear?
Yes, madam.
Then for the design search also, if you are come up with some new designs, for that also you have to perform the design search, whether that same design is already registered or not. So in that also you have to select this e-gateway of the impasse, then in the public search, and in the public search you have to select the design. So once you select the design search, then you will get this type of the window. From that you can select any of the options, like if you have already you have an application number, date of filing of any particular design of your competitor's design, then you can use this type of things. If you already known that कि आपकी जो design है और आपकी जो product है उसके लिए ये competitors already है market में, और उनके लिए आपको search करना है कि उन्होंने same product के लिए design apply किया है कि नहीं किया है, then you can apply, you can search in the by the category of the applicant name. और अगर आपके पास कोई भी डिटेल नहीं है, you have just the new design or the name of that product or the name of that design, so you can use this name of article over there. So here is equal to or the similar kind of these things, means it contains. So exact word if you want to search, then equal to is there, and another point is that if contains will be there, means the similar word or that word is anywhere in that title. So for that you can select this, and if you don't have any details, then you can use this name of article and add the words over here, and by adding the captcha code you can search the things. In that you will obtain the different designs of that particular product, and based on that, if you are not designed और आप जस्ट आपके थॉट में है कि मुझे ये प्रोडक्ट के लिए ये डिजाइन करना है, तो आप पहले डिजाइन सर्च कर लो, देख लो कि इसके लिए एग्जैक्ट ऐसा कुछ है कि नहीं है। अगर नहीं है और तो कोई है ही नहीं इश्यू, आप अपनी डिजाइन कर सकते हो। और अगर कोई है डिजाइन सिमिलर, सो आप उसको अपने एंड से मॉडिफाइड कर सकते हो, तो फिर आप डिजाइन के लिए जा सकते हैं। सो डिजाइन सर्च का ये दोनों साइड से बेनिफिट्स रहते हैं। देन नाउ कमिंग टू द पेटेंट्स। So the patents are an exclusive right given by the government to the inventors, means जो researchers है उसको, which exclude others from making, selling, using, importing and offering for sale that invention for specific duration of time. So for the patents, the specific duration is at 20 years from the first filing date. Now patent सभी product को या तो process को patent नहीं मिलता है। For that we have to check whether every research work cannot be patented. Patent can be given to only those inventions or those research work who fulfills the 3 criteria, which is known as the patentability criteria. So these are the 3 criteria: novelty, new invention, non-obviousness, inventiveness, and the industrial applicability or the usefulness. So novelty क्या है? The newness means new, means आप जो भी प्रोडक्ट लेके आए हो वो टोटली न्यू होना चाहिए, इट नॉट नोन एनीवेयर इन द वर्ल्ड। मतलब कोई भी रिसर्च आर्टिकल में या तो कोई पेटेंट पब्लिकेशन में या गूगल पे ऐसे या कोई न्यूज़पेपर में कहीं पे भी वो प्रोडक्ट के बारे में नोन, मतलब वो थिंग्स नोन नहीं होने चाहिए। लाइक कोई मेडिसिन है, या तो अभी वैक्सीन का एग्जांपल ले लें, तो अभी जो वैक्सीन आई वो वैक्सीन कहीं पे नोन नहीं थी, राइट। सो वो वैक्सीन में जो इंग्रेडिएंट्स यूज हुए, जो कंपोनेंट्स यूज हुए, वो कहीं पे नोन नहीं थे। वो लोग ये नोवेल्टी वाला क्राइटेरिया फुलफिल होता है कि दैट दे हैव यूज्ड सम ऑफ द थिंग्स दैट इज नॉट नॉन, प्रोसेस फॉर दैट इज आल्सो नॉट। नाउ कमिंग टू द नॉन ऑब्वियसनेस। कल अभी जो व्हीकल्स थे वो पेट्रोल डीजल पे चल रहे हैं। नाउ द टाइम इज कमिंग फॉर द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक ईवी व्हीकल्स, लाइक सो दैट इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स के लिए क्या है, कुछ टेक्निकल एडवांसमेंट हुआ कि आपका फ्यूल कंजप्शन कम हो जाएगा, जो भी फ्यूल के रिलेटेड जो भी एक्सपेंसेस है वो भी कम हो जाएंगे। सो इट गिव्स द इकोनॉमिकल सिग्निफिकेंस एज वेल एज गिव द टेक्निकल एडवांसमेंट। सो अगर न्यू है, फिर थोड़ी चीजें वो नोन है, मतलब व्हीकल तो है ही, बोथ आर द व्हीकल्स, वन इज वर्किंग ऑन द फ्यूल्स, अनदर इज वर्किंग ऑन द इलेक्ट्रिक, another is the electric vehicle. So दोनों में advancement with there. So अगर वो advancement है और उसमें कुछ economical हमको benefits होते हैं, so that is fulfilling the criteria of the non-obviousness. And third one is related to the industry applicability, means that is capable to make and use in the industry as well as the society. मतलब लैब स्केल पे हमने बना दिया, लेकिन वो इंडस्ट्रियल लेवल पे बन रहा है कि नहीं बन रहा है, that if that criteria will be fulfilling, then if we are fulfilling all these 3 criteria, then we can apply for the patent for that particular process as well as the product. Is this clear?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Now coming to the patent search. अभी हमारे पास कोई आइडिया है या तो कोई प्रोडक्ट है, इधर वो मैकेनिकल प्रोडक्ट है, आपने कोई डिवाइस बनाया है, आपने कोई मेडिसिन प्रोडक्ट बनाई है, आपने कोई न्यू फूड प्रोडक्ट बनाया है, या तो कोई मसाला है ऐसा कि जो हैविंग अ डिफरेंट कंपोजिशन जो अभी तक कहीं पे भी नोन नहीं था, राइट। सो उसमें आप क्या करेंगे कि हमको पहले पेटेंट सर्च करना पड़ेगा। सो पेटेंट सर्च मीन्स फाइंडिंग अ पेटेंट डॉक्यूमेंट विच ऑलरेडी पब्लिश्ड और द पेटेंटेड। Then what is the goal of that? To be able to find the information closely similar to that your invention. आप पेटेंट सर्च करेंगे तो आपको पता चलेगा, ओके लेट्स फॉर एग्जांपल ये मेडिसिन है जो डायबिटीज के लिए यूज हो रही है, अभी ये मेडिसिन की टैबलेट ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है, लेकिन कैप्सूल, सिरप वो सब अवेलेबल नहीं है, तो उसकी टैबलेट आप वही मेडिसिन पे वर्क कर रहे हैं जो डायबिटीज में ही यूज होगी, लेकिन आप दूसरे टाइप के फॉर्मुलेशन पे वर्क कर रहे हैं, या तो आप उसका कुछ सिरप बना रहे हैं या तो इंजेक्टेबल इंजेक्शन बना रहे हैं उसका। सो आपको अगर डिटेल्स चाहिए कि क्या क्या इस फील्ड में ये ड्रग पर कितना वर्क हुआ है, सो उसके लिए पेटेंट सर्च विल बी हेल्पफुल। फिर पेटेंट सर्च और प्रायर आर्ट सर्च में क्या क्या होगा, प्रीवियस पेटेंट्स विल बी देयर, जर्नल आर्टिकल्स, पब्लिकेशन सच एज द बुक्स, पब्लिक डिस्कशन, कोई सेमिनार्स है, कॉन्फ्रेंस है, वो कहीं पे भी अगर ये चीज डिस्क्लोज हो गई है तो वो नोवेल्टी डिस्ट्रॉय कर देगी और यू कैन नॉट अप्लाई फॉर द पेटेंट। कोई ब्रोशर्स है, अभी कौन से पेटेंट सर्च टूल्स है, सो देयर आर मल्टीपल और द मेनी फ्री एंड पेड डेटाबेसेस आर देयर, फ्रॉम देयर यू कैन सर्च फॉर योर पेटेंट एप्लीकेशन। So the free databases are the INPAS, Indian Patent Search Advanced Search System, that is the Indian Patent Office database, then the ESPASnet, that is European Patent Search Database, PatentScope, that is the worldwide database that is given by the WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization, then Google Patents, Free Patent Online, USPTO means US Patent Portal, right? So all those are the different search databases on which you can search for your invention or the research. Now, why we need to search the why we need of this patent search? So to learn more about your field or the technology, to write a patent application, अगर आपकी प्रोडक्ट ऐसी है कि जिसके लिए पेटेंट फाइल हो सकती है, वो तीनों क्राइटेरिया फुलफिल हो रहे हैं, so then how to write the patent application, for that also this will be helpful. To understand the competition into the market, to avoid the patent infringement, means आप जो प्रोडक्ट लेके आ रहे हो वो आपको पता है कि यूनिक नहीं है, वो ऑलरेडी नोन है, लेकिन किसी और पर्सन ने जिस टाइम पे वो यूनिक थी उस टाइम पे उन्होंने उसके लिए पेटेंट अप्लाई कर दिया है और दे हैविंग द राइट्स फॉर दैट। सो अगर किसी और पर्सन के पास उसके राइट्स है तो आप वो यूज नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज इट्स अ लीगल राइट्स, राइट? सो अगर आपने वो यूज किया तो वो आप पे लीगल सूट फाइल करेगा और पूरी लीगल प्रोसेस चलेगी। सो टू अवॉइड दोज थिंग्स ऑल्सो पेटेंट सर्च विल बी यूजफुल to save the cost of the patent processing, to get the information about the markets. For all these things, the patent search is required. Then what is the patent search methodology? Determine the purpose of the search, means आपको किस what is the purpose behind to perform this patent search? आप कोई कंपनी लेके आए, उसमें कोई प्रोडक्ट है, अगर वो प्रोडक्ट यूनिक नहीं है, you know that, but that can be protected by some other person's property. सो फॉर दैट वो आपका माइंडसेट क्या हुआ कि भाई मुझे मार्केट में जाना है, मुझे पेटेंट अप्लाई नहीं करना है, लेकिन मैं मार्केट में जा रहा हूँ या जा रही हूँ, तो वो प्रोडक्ट के लिए मेरे पे कोई लीगल एक्शन होगी कि नहीं होंगे, तो वो पर्पस डिफरेंट हो गया। अनदर एग्जांपल लेते हैं, तो आप कोई यूनिक प्रोडक्ट लेके आए हो, उसके लिए आपको पेटेंट अप्लाई करना है, तो वो पर्पस अलग हो गया कि आपको पेटेंट अप्लाई करना है, अभी यहाँ पे आपको पेटेंट बाईपास करना है। So both the purposes are different. So first you have to determine what is the purpose behind that. Then you have to select the databases. मतलब जो Indian patent database है, US patent database है, they are providing the details of that country specific only. Indian database पे आप सर्च करोगे तो वो इंडिया की ही डिटेल्स देंगे, यूएस में यूएस की देंगे, लेकिन जो यूरोपियन है, वर्ल्ड वाइड जो वाइपो का डेटाबेस है, फ्री पेटेंट ऑनलाइन, दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग द डिटेल्स ऑफ द ऑल द पेटेंट्स अराउंड अक्रॉस द ग्लोब। सो उसके बेसिस पे अगर आपको इंडिया में ही पेटेंट अप्लाई करना है तो आपको ग्लोबली सर्च करना पड़ेगा, अगर आपको इंडिया में पेटेंट को बाईपास करना है तो आपको इंडियन पेटेंट सर्च डेटाबेस का ही यूज करना पड़ेगा। सो फर्स्ट यू हैव टू क्लियर योर पर्पस, डिसाइड योर पर्पस, देन सिलेक्ट द सम ऑफ द डेटाबेसेस, देन गैदर द नेसेसरी डेटा, मींस जो आपके पास प्रोडक्ट है उसके सिनोनिम्स है, उसके रिलेवेंट कोई टेक्नोलॉजी नेम है, सो गैदर ऑल दिस डेटा, आइडेंटिफाई द सब्जेक्ट मैटर, टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट ऑफ दैट, then generate the keywords, synonyms of that, relevant words of that, then prepare the search query by using the Boolean operator that we will learn in the upcoming slides, then conduct a search, evaluate the results, उसमें भी बहुत ज्यादा रिजल्ट्स आ रहे हैं या तो आपको कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है उसमें, तो मॉडिफाई द सर्च strategy and then again repeat the search, analyze, summarize and prepare the report for that. So these are the various Boolean operators are there which are used for the keyword search of the patent. So if we are using the AND as an operator, so all the terms in combination are where anywhere in the document. So एक patent आपने अगर AND use किया, A and B means A and B both are in the combination, कहीं पे भी होगा documents में तो वो उसके relevant आपको results दिखाएंगे. Then if you are using the OR means one or other or both terms in the document. So A or B means A separate results for the individual A, individual B and the combination of both, वो तीनों के results देंगे. Then not one term is present and another is not present in the document. So if you are using A, not B, so they're giving the results of in which the only A is there, not the B will be there, right? Then if you are using the star mark as a asterisk marks as a Boolean operator, so for the characters of the any length, if you are writing the compo and the star or the asterisk marks, so it gives the results of the composition, compound, composite, etc. Means after compo, anything is as a suffix that can be come into the star marks, the asterisk marks. Then in the question mark for the 0 and the 1 character, if you are writing the pen and putting the question mark over there, so it gives the results of the pen as well as the pens. But if you are putting the hashtag as a prefix, then the hashtag pen means it gives the only results of the pen, not of the pens. So by this way, you can modify your search if you are not getting any result or you are getting more results. आप जब पेटेंट सर्च कर रहे हो और आपको ज्यादा रिजल्ट मिल रहा है तो भी आप ये बुलियन ऑपरेटर से उसको मिनिमाइज कर सकते हैं, या तो आपको कोई स्पेसिफिक रिजल्ट नहीं मिल रहा है तो भी आप ये बुलियन ऑपरेटर से वो रिजल्ट आपको मिल सकता है. So for this keyword search, the different types of these Boolean operators are used for the patent. Is this clear? कि क्यों हम पेटेंट सर्च करते हैं, उसके क्या बेनिफिट्स है, क्या क्या डेटाबेसेस हैं?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So now this is the same portal, that is INPAS, Indian Patent Search Database. In that you have to select this e-gateway. In the e-gateway you have to go to the public search, and in the public search you have to select the patents. So once you select this patent search, you will get this type of the window. In that also, like design, there are multiple options are there by the way of the applicant name, by way of the inventor name, by the way of the applicant country, application number, inventor's address, inventor's country. मतलब आपके पास अगर कोई डिटेल है कॉम्पिटिटर्स की तो बाय दैट वे यू कैन सर्च, बट आपके पास कोई डिटेल नहीं है, यू हैव जस्ट आइडिया अबाउट दैट कि आपका ये रिसर्च वर्क है, आपका ये आइडिया है, फॉर दैट यू वांट प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ द पेटेंट. सो उसमें आप ये दो कैटेगरी का यूज कर सकते हैं. वन इज रिलेटेड टू the title, abstract and complete specification. So title means कहीं पे भी आप जो भी वर्ड डाल रहे हो वो टाइटल में रहेगा, टाइटल ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर पेटेंट एप्लीकेशन. सो वो सर्च करेगा. अगर एब्स्ट्रैक्ट में रहेगा तो वो एब्स्ट्रैक्ट का सर्च करेगा, और कंप्लीट स्पेसिफिक मींस होल डॉक्यूमेंट. तो अगर होल डॉक्यूमेंट in the whole document if you want to search, then you can select this complete specification related thing. From here you can use this Boolean operator or logical operator and or and not they have given. So add the keywords over here, add the captcha code and run a search. So you will get the results of that. अगर आपको कोई पेन रिलेटेड रिजल्ट चाहिए तो एब्स्ट्रैक्ट में आप डालो पेन, देन एड द कैप्चा कोड एंड सर्च. तो जो जो डिफरेंट टाइप की पेन के अंदर जो भी यूज होगा वो आ जाएगा. या तो आप व्हीकल के रिलेटेड कोई आपको सर्च करना है तो आप व्हीकल या तो इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल डाल दो, तो उसके रिलेवेंट कितने पेटेंट्स फाइल हुई है वो सारी डिटेल्स आपको इसमें मिल जाएगी. वो पेटेंट एप्लीकेशन नंबर आ जाएगा, वहां पे आप क्लिक करेंगे, यू विल गेट ऑल द डिटेल्स अबाउट दैट पर्टिकुलर इन्वेंशन. Then second one is the European Patent Database, or that is also known as the ESPASnet. So जो इंडियन पेटेंट डेटाबेस हमने देखा वहां से हमको सिर्फ इंडियन पेटेंट ही मिलेंगे जो इंडिया में फाइल हुए. Now in the ESPASnet or this database जो है यूरोपियन डेटाबेस, फ्रॉम दैट वी विल गेट द ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड में कहीं पे भी पेटेंट फाइल हुआ होगा, अगर ये चाइना है, जापान है, यूएस है, यूरोप है, कोरिया है, सब जगह के पेटेंट डिटेल्स वी विल गेट फ्रॉम द ESPASnet. Now in the ESPASnet also हम डायरेक्ट सर्च भी कर सकते हैं. यहाँ पे डायरेक्ट सर्च में कीवर्ड डाल दो और सर्च कर दो, तो वो कीवर्ड लेके वो किसी भी तरह कीवर्ड ले लेगा, एंड से ले लेगा, और से ले लेगा, और बेस्ड ऑन दैट विल गिव यू द रिजल्ट्स. अगर ऐसा नहीं जाना है तो यू कैन ऑल्सो परफॉर्म दिस एडवांस सर्च, दैट इज नोन एज द कीवर्ड सर्च. तो उसमें भी आप टाइटल में अपना वर्ड डाल सकते हो, तो टाइटल में जहाँ पे भी होगा वो आपको दिखेंगे रिजल्ट्स. टाइटल और एब्स्ट्रैक्ट में डालेंगे तो दोनों में वर्ड होगा तो वो रिजल्ट्स आएंगे. और यहाँ पे भी आप ये बुलियन ऑपरेटर्स यूज कर सकते हो, एंड और नॉट. देन दिस इज द पेटेंट स्कोप, जो वर्ल्ड इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का डेटाबेस है. दिस इज ऑल्सो गिव द डिटेल्स ऑफ द ऑल द कंट्रीज पेटेंट फाइलिंग. So यहाँ पे they have given the different type of the searches are there. From that we will, for the keyword search, we are selecting this field combination search. When we are clicking on this field combination search, we will perform add the keyword over here by using the operator of the any and or search. In that also you can add the terms over here. You can by the way of the inventor name, assignee name, or like that. So this is all about the patent, all about the different types of the IPRs and the how we can search those IPRs. Now we'll quickly go through that classification of the trademark as well as the design, how we can select those particular product related classification. And now or later on, anytime if anyone have any query regarding this IP, so you can contact me on this mail ID as well as the phone number. Okay, just a minute, I'm sharing another screen. Is this PDF is visible to all?
Yes, madam, it is.
Yes, so this Locarno classification is used for the design registration. So they have given the multiple classes over here. Total 32 classes are there that can be again having a subclasses also. So we are taking one or two example of the some of the classes. So for example, a class 1 that is related to the foodstuffs. Then class 2 that is related to the any clothing or textile related things. Then class 4 is related to the brushware. So if you are coming with any new brush, like now the brush is available with the tongue cleaner, the tongue cleaner is on the back side of that brush, right? Now, but if you are come up with any new brush, in that tongue cleaner is in the bottom portion, not in the top portion, is on the bottom portion. And you are also added one features of the toothpaste filling over there in the middle part. So that is a different design because that is not available into the market. So you have to search into this class 4. You have to search for the design search, and then you have to apply into the class 4 of the brushwares. Then any tools or hardwares are there, any transport related any equipments are there. So for that, the different type of the product category, based on they have divided into the different classes. Now we are taking the subclasses of that brushwares because that is little bit easy for you all to understand. So जैसे हमने देखा ये class 4 is for the brushwares, right? Now उसमें they have divided into the class 4 into the subclass 1, 2, 3, 4 and 99. So brushwares and the broom for the cleaning. So कोई भी ऐसे brushes है that is used for the cleaning, not for the toothbrushes, but for that used for the any of the cleaning. In that, if you are come up with any new design, then you can apply into the class 4 subclass 1. Then any toilet brushes, clothes brushes and other shoe brushes, they are specifically given into the subclass 2. Then the brushes for the machines, that is divided into the subclass 3. Then any paint brushes or the brushes that are used in the cooking, so they are protected in the subclass 4. And if your brushes are not or the design for your brushes is not come into any of these class 1 to 4, subclass 1 to 4, then you can apply into the 99 in the miscellaneous class. So by that way, you can select any of the class and the subclass. For that, you want to apply for your particular design application. Is this clear?
Yes, madam.
Yes. Now coming to the trademark related classification. So in that, as we have told that, as I have told that in the trademark, there is a two types are there. One is the product, another is the service. So they have also divided the classification in the two categories. One is the product related classification, another is the service based classification. So in the product classification, they have divided the things into total 34 classes, and for the services, they have divided from the 35 to 42. 35 to 45 are the for the service based selects service based classification, and from the 1 to 34 that is related to the product based trademark registration. So as we saw that in the class 1, that is related to the chemicals used in the industry, science, photography, agriculture, horticulture, forestry. So कोई भी ऐसे chemicals है या तो plastic material है या resins है कि जो कहीं पे भी यूज होता है एग्रीकल्चर फील्ड में, साइंस में, फोटोग्राफी में. सो दैट कैन बी दैट प्रोडक्ट जो इसके रिलेटेड रहेगा वो दैट कैन बी प्रोटेक्टेड इनटू द क्लास 1. देन कोई पेंट्स है, वार्निशेस है, ल्यूकर्स है, प्रिजर्वेटिव है, सो दैट ऑल कैन बी प्रोटेक्टेड इनटू द क्लास 2. कोई pharmaceutical, कोई भी medicines है, veterinary medicines है, so those can be protected in the class 5. Then some of the vehicles are there that can be by the way of the land, water or air. कोई भी vehicle है, कोई aircraft है, plane किसी ने बनाया, उसमें कुछ उस सॉरी प्लेन के अंदर जो कोई लोगो उनको दिया हुआ है, सपोज ये इंडिगो है, सो इंडिगो दैट इज द लोगो, राइट? सो वो किसके रिलेवेंट है? दैट इज रिलेटेड टू द एनी प्लेन और द एयर व्हीकल. सो उसके लिए इफ यू वांट टू अप्लाई, सो यू हैव टू अप्लाई इन द क्लास 12. Then कोई musical instrument है, if someone has having a company of that guitar or any of musical instruments, so उसमें उन्होंने if trademark they want to apply, so they can apply into the class 15, and based on that we have to perform the search of trademark also, because वो same name अगर आपका है लेकिन वो म्यूजिकल के लिए आपने यूज किया है, लेकिन वो ऑलरेडी था किसी फार्मास्यूटिकल या तो कोई व्हीकल्स के लिए, तो वो आपके लिए रिलेवेंट नहीं होगा. अगर वो अप्लाई हुआ है क्लास 12 में व्हीकल्स के लिए, or you want to apply those similar name for your musical instrument in the class 15, then you can apply. But the similar class में similar name अगर रहेगा, so you cannot apply for that. Then these are the different any textile goods, then you have to apply into the class 24. Then in the service base, so any advertising, business management, business administration related things are there, that you have to apply into the class 35. Then any telecommunication related services, if you are providing, then you have to apply into class 38. Then as I noted, my law firm is working on the legal services or the IP based services. So if I want to protect my logo and my name by the way of the trademark, so for that I have to search for that name into class 45, because it's related to the legal services. If कोई institution है जो एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड करता है, ट्रेनिंग लाइक दैट, सो फॉर दैट दे कैन प्रोटेक्ट देयर ट्रेडमार्क और देयर नेम और द लोगो बाय इन द क्लास 41. क्लियर दिस?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so this is all about from my this is about from the all the types of the IPR and the IPR search. Thank you so much. Now the questions are most welcome.
Okay, so if anyone is having any questions, then I would request them to type the questions in the chat box, and then I can read it out to Preeti madam. Okay, by the time participants are framing their questions, I would like to ask a few things, madam, here, because most of the times people are not very well versed with all these things, which class the item falls into, or where they could, in which area they could place the patent application into. So, is there any agency or will the patent attorney help them out in order to prepare the document so that that can be filed to the patent office?
Yes, so उसमें क्या रहता है कि जो भी कोई भी आपके पास कोई भी आइडिया है, so you have to go to the कोई भी पेटेंट एजेंट के आप पास जाएंगे कि ये कोई भी वे में मतलब इससे पेटेंटेबल और we can apply for the trademark, copyright or anything on that, so they can guide from starting from the patent or IPR search to the last registration or the granting process.
Right. लेकिन ऐसा मतलब ऑब्जर्व किया गया है कि many of the times the fees which is there for the patent attorney is too much, for especially for say if the person is coming from academic institution or a student wants to apply for a patent, then the fees that the attorney charges is quite high. So is there any meaning kind of a grant that government provides so that that can be subsidized to a particular value?
Yes, so especially in the Gujarat, they have come up with the one SSIP, a Student Startup Innovation Policy. So in that they are giving the whole the fund of that patent filing for the official fees as well as the attorney fees. So for patent as well as trademark, design and copyright. With that, in the overall, in the patent office also, they have a one SSIP scheme, the same similar scheme will be there. So any of the patent facilitator, which are already a patent agent, but they have registered as a patent facilitator under the DIPP and the in the patent office. So once that person or the innovator or the student have to pay, once that patent or the granted or the design will be registered, after that patent office will reimburse the that official fees to them.
Okay.
And there are multiple, one more is there for the exact name I forgot, but the Abdul Kalam so one scheme is there. They are providing the filing charge, as well as they are not providing for the attorney charges, but they are providing the filing as well as the request for examination related. The total 5,000 they are paying for single patent.
Okay.
Approximately 5,600 or 5,000 they are paying for the patent filing.
Yes, many of the state governments have actually given this kind of subsidized facility for application of the patents, but most of the times the attorney charges are not included in that category. So I just wanted to ask now, say for example, if I want to file a patent, I am from Maharashtra. Can I come to Gujarat and go for hiring a patent attorney from there so that
Yes.
I can avail the facilities which are given by Gujarat government?
You can hire any of the patent agent throughout our country. There is no bar for that. But for in the SSIP Gujarat scheme, they are providing the fund to the particular institution. So if you have any contact in an institution and you and that person who is from that institution both together, if they are filing a patent application, then you can reimburse the things. But you can hire any of the patent agents throughout the India. So some of the big law firms having a charging a lot, but some of the startup phase or the lower means the law firms which are in the very starting phase, they are charging. Means the charges are affordable.
Okay, there is one question, madam, in the chat box. It is about food masala. Example, famous Sauji food masala of Nagpur. Can it be patented? That's the question.
Yeah, so for that we have to do the patent search, whether they have used the ingredients in that, whether each and every ingredients are already known, and if it's already known, then you have just come up with the sum of the portion you are taking. आप थोड़ा सा amount ये मसाला मतलब ये ingredients ले रहे हो, ये quantity आपने just vary किया है, so for that you cannot apply for the patent. But the whole the masala or the ingredients which you are using that is not known anywhere, then you can apply for that. But अगर similarly वो मसाला जो that is particularly available into the Nagpur, so that may be lead to that geographical indications. जैसे oranges वहाँ के famous, ऐसे ही ये मसाला सिर्फ वहीं बनता है that particular region only. So for that you have to apply for the geographical indication. और उसमें कोई individual person cannot apply for the geographical indication. That particular community they have to apply for that geographical indication. But that masala, that in that you have selected any particular quantity of that, if you are changing that quantity and based on that effect will be changed, or that the preparation of that masala, that is also a different one, then you can apply for the patent. But for that first we have to perform the patent search, whether the similar things is available or not.
Right. So are there any other questions? Okay, even otherwise, Preeti madam has shared her phone number as well as email ID during her presentation. And we will also distribute it amongst the participants, whoever wishes to get in contact with you. I hope that is fine with you, madam.
Yes, sure. Anytime anyone can ask any question related to the IP.
Right. So,
and if possible in the later on stage, means in upcoming time, if you can arrange for that particular patent, how we can draft the patent, means the patent writing, drafting is the legal word. So because the search related part we will finish today. So for the upcoming is the drafting and the filing. So that sequential sessions I can happy to deliver. So if is there any requirement related to that, then I'm available for that.
Right, that will be really helpful, madam, because drafting is again a very challenging task. So we would definitely get back to you and schedule another such session in which you can tell the participants about how the patent can be drafted. Perhaps by that time, participants can go through the patent search and classification details what you have shared with them, and if possible. Is it okay with you, madam, if you can share with us the PowerPoint presentation?
Sure, sure. I will share after the completion of this session.
Okay, so then we can distribute it amongst the participants, and the participants can go through the entire detail at their own
Yeah.
pace.
And this
So
is
thank
just
you
my
so much. Yeah. Go ahead.
one suggestion from my side कि जो भी आप मतलब मैं presentation आपको share कर रही हूँ, so you have a details how to search, right? So
Right.
अगर आपके पास कोई आइडिया नहीं है मतलब कोई स्टूडेंट के
हाँ,
पास, लेकिन
हाँ.
आपको पता है कि Nike is there which is already trademarked, so आप वो किस क्लास में आ सकते हैं? You can, I will also share this both the classification as well. So you can just pick that this is comes under the footwears, then you add that class number over there, add the Nike word there, whether they have actually protected or not, and if they have protected,
Okay.
what they have written over there. So just do this little bit exercise for the all the types of the IPRs. We will also get little bit interest in that, and whenever you are thinking, then you will think in that direction.
Right. So that makes sense, because many of the times students do have certain idea in their mind, and they just start working on it without looking for that whether the idea is already there in the market or not, or whether it is already patented or not. So it makes sense that they first go for novelty search and then only work on the idea, so that their
Yes,
efforts
true.
are not wasted.
Yes, and after for performing all these searches, if you can fill any of the query or if you can have any questions, so you can contact me for that.
Okay, there is one question coming from Devendra Shende. He is asking that college में जो research subjects होते हैं, वो patent कर सकते हैं?
Sir, can you please little
Depends
bit?
upon what type of research you're talking about, Devendra. Okay, madam,
Yes,
you
yes,
can go ahead.
Yeah, so can you please little bit modify your question?
Yeah, Devendra, if you want to turn on your mic and speak directly with madam, you can do.
मैं ये बोल रहा था मैडम कि जो रिसर्च के सब्जेक्ट लॉ के, हेलो,
Yes.
हाँ देवेंद्र,
हेलो,
go ahead.
जो रिसर्च के सब्जेक्ट जैसे लॉ है, उसके आप उसमें अगर कोई अपन रिसर्च किए हैं उसको पेटेंट कर सकते हैं।
लॉ में
जैसे
आप पेटेंट में नहीं
सब्जेक्ट है,
स्पेसिफिकली लॉ जो
हाँ।
है ना, उसमें आप पेटेंट के लिए नहीं जा सकते। मतलब वो फिर आपने रिसर्च किया, मतलब कुछ नया राइटअप होगा, राइट, उसमें। सो फॉर दैट यू कैन अप्लाई फॉर द कॉपीराइट। लेकिन पेटेंट में, हाँ, पेटेंट में ऐसा है कि कोई ऐसा प्रोडक्ट होनी चाहिए कि जो सोसाइटी के लिए बेनिफिशियल हो, मार्केट इंडस्ट्री में बेनिफिशियल हो। लाइक सपोज ये, सॉरी,
कॉपीराइट कर सकते हैं क्या?
हाँ, मतलब आपने कोई नया चैप्टर लिखा है, बुक चैप्टर है, या तो आपने ऐसा रिसर्च किया हुआ है कि जो कुछ एक्ट में चेंज हो रहा है, लाइक दैट। सो उसमें मतलब वो भी कॉपीराइट सर्च हम करके उसमें कॉपीराइट के लिए जा सकते हैं, लेकिन पेटेंट उसमें नहीं हो पाएगा। पेटेंट इसलिए
कॉपीराइट इस बोल रहा हूँ कि फिर उसमें कॉपीराइट इसलिए बोल मैडम क्योंकि उस बाद में कोई डॉक्टरेट वगैरह करे तो वो सब्जेक्ट कोई दूसरा ना ले, वही सब्जेक्ट रहा हो, इसीलिए
वो पर्टिकुलरली वो सब्जेक्ट को तो आप बाउंड नहीं कर सकते हो, बिकॉज सारे ये जो कोई भी आईपीआर से उसका वही है, मतलब एक मोटो वही है कि उसके बाद लोगों उसमें कुछ एडवांसमेंट लाए। सपोज एक टेक्नोलॉजी एक है कि जो ऑलरेडी ये राउटर है सपोज, तो ये अवेलेबल है, लेकिन अभी इसके बाद वो अलग अलग राउटर्स लेके आए कि जो स्मॉल साइज का था, कुछ एडवांसमेंट थे उसमें। तो आप जो भी रिसर्च कर रहे हो उसको आप ऐसा बाउंड नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन जो भी नेक्स्ट पर्सन आएगा वो उससे कुछ एडवांसमेंट लेके आए, तो ऐसा सब्जेक्ट को वी कैन नॉट बाउंड। बट आपने ऐसा कुछ ये मतलब बुक चैप्टर वगैरह में ऐसा कुछ लिखा हुआ हो कि जिसमें आप उसका कुछ डिटेल्स दे रहे हैं कि कोई पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक है या तो पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट है जिसमें आपने डिटेल में स्टडी किया, डिटेल में रिसर्च किया, उसके रिगार्डिंग आप कुछ राइटअप में दे रहे हैं. सो फॉर दैट राइटअप यू कैन गेट द कॉपीराइट फॉर दैट, बट द पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट यू कैन नॉट बाउंड, बिकॉज फिर उसमें कभी रिसर्च होगा ही नहीं. इफ गवर्नमेंट विल गिव यू द मोनोपोली फॉर दैट, so the research for that particular field will be stopped.
Okay.
Okay, Preeti madam, thank you so much for that valuable lecture. You can see in the chat messages that participants are also posting a lot of things there which convey their what you can say affection towards the way that you have delivered the entire stuff. So thank you so much for that informative lecture. We'll get back to you certainly for the next lecture where we plan to invite you for drafting related to patent and other IPR filing methods. So
Sure, sir.
We hope that you can make yourself available during that time as well.
Yeah, sure, sir. I will try.
Thank you so much, madam.
Yeah.
We'll now move on